Hey buddy, welcome. So here is Vendetta Online. Now this is a rather old game. It's probably back from the days when Descent Free Space was made. So this is not some crazy high-end graphical game, but it's still interesting that it doesn't run fully on some of these mobile devices that are actually pretty super powerful. So I would expect that this wouldn't chug unless you were running something like probably a Snapdragon 710, something very basic. No, even some of the graphics on this mid-range phone seems to have a little bit of chugging. So anyway, so I'm gonna undock here, turn around. Now I'm playing again on mode. And you can see that it kind of like stutters a bit. It's because it's going from 60 to about 30 frames per second. I'm gonna get this straight. Now this is a pretty decent game, but I did find there is some interesting issues with this game. Hopefully in the later future developers will get this fixed, but I just recommend you guys not buying the HD version because right now the HD version supposedly it's better, a slightly better, different kind of caffeine ability or rendering stuff technology compared to the normal version. Although they don't seem to be any different than for this mid-range phone. But anyways, I found that it has an issue with some graphical pieces. Like if you go into a ion storm space area, it'll like kick you out of a warp and get you stuck in an ion storm. There's no particle effects. Like there's round bubbles. There's no round bubbles whatsoever. Now this version is normal. I have it turned off. It's called fog blobs. And on the other version, HD, even though with fog blobs on, it doesn't have it. And there's also another issue with rendering. I don't know if it's because I just deleted and re-downloaded the game, but before it didn't seem to have any rendering issues, but now it seems to have rendering issues where, like, it will just have the renderer box. You know how when you develop a game, you have to put, like, the little lines to make sure you have, like, a little building construction. So, like, this asteroid in front of me, you'll have like one line going down to that, another line going to the right, another line going from the left top to the bottom right, bottom left, all that stuff, to build the building blocks of the actual piece of the character, or the object. Well, it loads just that first, and then it slightly loads the actual render of the piece. It's kind of weird. Here's another issue. I always seem to, when I'm playing on Dex mode for Samsung, I'm like, I go through a warp or some kind of other different sector point of interest or jazz like that. I would sometimes randomly have my mouse just kind of freak out, either not respond to the game, it'll just show my mouse cursor, it won't let me click anything. The only way to fix that would be tab out and then re-tab back in. No hiccups. Or, like I go into a station and I want to click something. My mouse will literally be stuck on the top left and I can't like move it away. So the only thing again is to tab out, then tab back in by clicking my mouse, and boom, it works again. Then, another thing, this becomes apparent on both versions, but you can play keyboard and mouse support on this, which is awesome, cool, epic, instead of these little crappy touchscreen thingamajigs. The problem is, when you do play mouse and keyboard, sometimes like on the normal version, I don't think I get this on the HD version, but on the normal version, I would just automatically get my ship to go like this. Even though my mouse is completely steady. And then when I want to go left, I can counteract it, but it won't stop it. It'll just keep going like this. And then when I let go from going, it'll just keep going like this. And I can't stop it. No reason. I have to shut the game down. Or, sometimes I would like, let's say I shoot something like this. I shoot and move at the same time. I'll have randomly my key just start, like I'll just start like moving down, moving backwards or moving to the side or something like that for no reason. Now this I actually can counteract just by re-pushing the button that causes it to do that. Okay, but yeah, and this goes for both versions. The HD version doesn't seem to have the issue with it going like this all day. But both versions have the issue with, like, randomly turning when I fire at something. It's kind of ridiculous. And I'm actually floating. There we go. Turn off my engine. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. Now, this game actually does also have controller support, which is actually phenomenal. So instead of using crappy touchscreen ability and having some pretty latency response and having to stretch your fingers across every different button, you actually can utilize the controller, which gives you a lot more room to actually enjoy moving the joysticks around and actually controlling your ship. It gives you a bit more precision and accuracy. The problem, though, is that's really kind of the only thing that actually is great to play on. Because using a keyboard and mouse, the biggest issue I have with the keyboard and mouse feature ability is the mouse functionality in general. Because it doesn't work like what we have nowadays. You know how Elite Dangerous, or I don't know, Star Citizen probably does it, or say Aceonline or Airrivals. You know how the mouse actually like has a little center in the middle that you can actually pretend my right joystick is basically the center of my screen. So if I move my mouse to the right, it moves it to the left, and then I just go like that and moves it like that. Elite Dangerous does this. It's actually good. It's a great thing. It's called a dead zone mouse control ability. It's called mouse-joystick system, which is actually a good thing to use nowadays, because back then it was pretty bullcrap. And this game uses the same concept as what Battlezone uses. Now, if you haven't played Battlezone PC, basically what this game does is if I have my mouse, let me turn on my mouse here, and I'll probably do my mouse cursor. Okay, there we go. So, say if I wanted to keep on turning to the right, I keep on sliding, pick up, 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 sliding, just to be able to turn my ship 360. I have to slide my mouse, pick up, slide my mouse, pick up, slide my mouse. So I don't have the ability to have it like the joystick, which makes it so it has a dead zone. I have to keep on going from 0 to 180, back to 0 to 180, to be able to slide my mouse to keep turning my ship. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. So if you're in PvP combat, or even using AI combat for simple acts, it's a pain in the butthole to keep on picking up, sliding, picking up, sliding, picking up, sliding, picking up, sliding, picking up, because you have that huge amount of delay when you have to pick up, keep sliding, pick up, keep sliding, pick up, keep sliding, pick up. And that's not just for right or left. That's actually for up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So think about how that is in PvP combat. It can be a huge pain in the butt because there is no dead zone where you have that short movement right there that keeps on moving your ship in that direction without having to have that, oh, I gotta pick up, go, pick up, go, pick up, go, pick up, go, get up, go. As you can see, this is more fluid and it keeps a consistent amount of power of where you're turning. So yes, it's a pain in the butt to do this. So mouse and keyboard is jacked up. I'm hoping that later in the future they'll enable the mouse and keyboard to work more with a centered joystick movement system like Elite Dangerous does. That's not going to be screwed up where you have to pick up, scroll, pick up, scroll, pick up, scroll, pick up, scroll. Because in PvP combat, that's just, woof, that's death right there. Now, the keys for this has no real problem, okay? I mean, this is just your throttle and side-to-side controls. But what this doesn't have also, this just goes up and down. I mean, your throttle up and down. Sadly, for this touchscreen ability, you can only really get this for a controller or keyboard and mouse. They don't have the actual up, stop. Thank you, ship. They don't have the up and down, the strafing up and down. You only have the left and right strafing ability right here. And then you have the side-to-side or up and down controls. That's it. You don't have the up and down strafing ability. Like, they could have put the up and down strafing like right here on the top above the information down here on the right side to make it so you can strafe up and down with controller ability. I mean, that would have made plenty of sense there, right? But no. And then what I don't get is, why is the fire button here? It's on the left side. Well, I guess that's a good placement. Maybe. I don't know. But I think the fire button should have been on the right side, maybe. Or something like that. But there's the UI is a little bit funky on touchscreen ability. But that also comes better, like I said, this is more better played on an actual controller than the touchscreen or a keyboard mouse, because the keyboard mouse are pretty screwed up. The touchscreen is very limited, and yeah, there's not as much accuracy control with the touchscreen ability than you can get with a controller. This is better played with controller, by far. That's probably why the Ouya system was actually able to play this game somehow back in the day, a couple of years ago. Which is discontinued, but yeah. So if you have an Xbox One or something like that, this game is right on. Decent for this game. But anything else, yeah, no. Maybe for PC, they have it fixed, or some of the controls are better. But again, I don't think, if they have it for PC, I don't think the keyboard and mouse actually worked correctly, again, as for mobile does. Because, again, the limitation, I mean, not the limitation, but the amount of having to strafe your mouse all the time, pick up, strafe, is really obnoxious. Anyways, I'm going to land my station. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'll see you guys later. Peace out.